Aloha and welcome to this demonstration on effective summary. We have an example passage here. It's titled Family Physicians, an Endangered Species, written by Jack Burak. And within this particular passage, I'm going to be reading it out loud, but also looking at the different types of questions that are listed within the following section. And these questions will really help me in trying to summarize this overall paragraph. So the questions are, what are the steps the author took to prove an argument? And the second question is, what are the stages the author took to explain the development of an event? And the third question is, what are the most important aspects of this passage? So let's get started. The family doctor is a cornerstone of the nation's healthcare system, but many Canadians are finding it difficult to find family doctors. In engaging with my reading, I do want to take any special note of words or any type of descriptions that I find could be interesting or could lend to helping me summarize. So here I have family doctors are the cornerstone. This seems to mean maybe that doctors are important. And I think we can all agree that that is definitely true in our community and our society. Another key word here is Canadians are finding it difficult to find family doctors. So I'm going to just write here, problem in finding family doctor, just to reinforce that point. Let's keep reading. The vast majority of Canadians have said many times over that they want their family doctor to be their first point of contact in the healthcare system. Nevertheless, family doctors are becoming a dying breed. I'm going to highlight this. No doctors left? Just kind of my thought there. Okay, let's continue. With diminishing access to that first point of contact, many Canadians in need of medical help are finding it increasingly difficult to receive timely and appropriate care. This seems to be another key point. So tough to find doctors and get help/care. Okay. For example, in certain provinces of British Columbia, the conservative estimate is that 200,000 British Columbians are looking for a family doctor but cannot find one. There are many reasons for this predicament. Over the last 10 years, the number of medical students choosing family practice as their lifelong career has been dropping at a startling rate. It used to be that 50% of students chose family practice as their first choice, but those numbers have fallen to 24% in recent years. Wow, that's pretty significant. So, amount of family doctors cut in half. Really, it's over half, but in any case. So I think that that's really telling. Let's take a second to look at my notes here. So I have, seems to mean that doctors are important, but there's a problem in finding family doctors. There seems to be no doctors left. It's tough to find doctors to get help and care, and the amount of doctors is cut in half. I think these are really helpful notes that are going to be vital in helping us to summarize the essay. So let's look at our first question again. What are the steps the author took to provide an argument? Or prove an argument. I'm going to place that here. So the author takes a couple of different steps. So introduces how doctors are so important. Then the author seems to talk about why Canadians want doctors, and then why doctors are a, quote, dying breed. Then the author discusses how lots of Canadians, and that's 200,000, right, are looking for a family doctor. And then another line of reasoning is medical students are choosing different careers other than being a family doctor, right? In fact, half as many students are becoming family doctors. Okay, so this seems to be sort of the line of reasoning, or at least that makes sense in terms of the line of reasoning in my head. Now the next question that I want to focus on are, what are the most important aspects of this passage? Well, let's think about some keywords. So one keyword is doctors, right? Doctors are referred to quite often. So I think doctors are definitely a keyword. I think in particular, lack of doctors, and really it's lack of family doctors. And the location is in Canada specifically, so lack of family doctors in Canada. I think that seems to be a really important aspect of this passage. Another important aspect might be half as many medical professionals, I guess we could say that, are becoming family doctors in Canada. Okay, so based on the first question, what are the steps the author took to prove the argument? And my second question, what are the most important aspects of this passage? I think that I can now begin to try and summarize the paragraph. So I want to definitely keep in mind my keywords, and a couple of these keywords are going to be pretty vital. So lack of family doctors is huge. So I'm going to say something like, maybe with the lack of, let's say, medical professionals, with the lack of medical professionals becoming, or maybe we could say choosing careers as family doctors, Canadians who are looking for doctors, right? Canadians are not able to find family doctors and receive, oops, sorry about that. Let me pull this up here. I'm going to get rid of this for a second. There we go. And receive the care they need. All right, here's one way to summarize this. With the lack of medical professionals choosing careers as family doctors, Canadians are not able to find family doctors and receive the care they need. So that's one way I think we could summarize this paragraph. Another way is if we look at the beginning of our paragraph, our first sentence, it says the family doctor is the cornerstone of the nation's healthcare system, but many Canadians are finding it difficult to find family doctors. I think this is actually really a great sentence and another way to wrap up or summarize the paragraph. So we've kind of shown you the process of how to find or summarize a paragraph, but another key way is to always look at the beginning of the paragraph to see if this first sentence is really making sense in terms of the rest of the paragraph. So we look forward to seeing your responses on how to summarize a paragraph. Mahalo!